Kidz Bop, Kidz Bop. You've probably heard the smash hit song Old Town Road by now, but did you know that the Kidz Bop made a version of it? Well, I watched it, so you don't has to. While I watched it, I couldn't help but think of all of the shortcomings in the video. Let's walk through this, shall we? As far as I can tell from the Kidz Bop videos, the Kidz Bop kids aren't actually human. They're Time Lords or Archmages of some kind, and they can go to any time period in history to record their videos. You know, if they want to drive their TARDIS Porsche to the Old Town Road, who am I to say no? What are you saying no to? What's happened that's not good so far? You're in the Wild West. You're in a Porsche. You're in a wagon. So, okay, no, now this makes more sense, actually. All these other Kidz Bop kids show up in a magic time-traveling Porsche. This one poor girl is just there on a wagon, like, screw these rich kids.
The Old Town Road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Oh God, the OSHA violations in this still alone. My mom has a farm. One of the things right near the top of our not-do list is to dance on the hay bales. Let's zoom in on the back, shall we? We've already seen real horses. Horse rides. Why? Just use a real horse. We know you have them. Look at all these details in the background. We got the Arrow and Bear Company. That sounds rad. Can I buy arrows and bears there? Somewhere in this place, one of the Kidz Bop kids is running around with a composite longbow, just ready to snipe the other kids. There's more than one way to win a dance competition. I gotta point out another historical inaccuracy here. If we zoom in on that back building on the left, it looks like a garden hose, but also it looks like an AC unit. Maybe it's not, but it kind of looks like an AC unit.
I've been in a valley, you ain't been up off that porch now.
I'm even gonna skip right past the DJ turntables because I assume that our time-traveling wizard lord friends, the Kidz Bop crew, brought those with them. What's way more fascinating for me is that beside the piano in the background, there is a fully lit fluorescent cactus. And just in the left of the shot, there's a real regular cactus. This is man versus nature at its most primal. I have to tip my hat to the Kidz Bop crew for daring to make such a visionary statement in one of their music videos. Just kidding, it looks very silly. Interestingly, we have an upright piano in the background, and the Kidz Bop girl has clearly taken over the bar counter for her turntables, which means that we're in a saloon. That means that the Kidz Bop crew has access to a saloon. If we're gonna be like the Wild West, you can well assume that one of those Kidz Bop kids is in the corner, angry drunk, just going, keep it down, just mad at this dumb dance competition that is taking place in his town.
Till I can't no more. I got the horses in the back.
This detail might pass you by. We're looking at a horse, and the horse is doing a 10 out of 10 job. We've got even like the barn in the background, and it's doing a 10 out of 10 job. But then there's just a pile of rubble. Like, look, it's just a bunch of sticks that have fallen over. Why? What's the point? We've seen in these other shots that the Kidz Bop crew keeps this place really clean, almost unnaturally so. But I assume that they're using Time Lord wizard magic to do that. So then how did this big pile of wooden slats just escape their notice?
Horse stack is attached. Hattie's Maddie.
Now this shot just fascinates me because there's so much going on in the background. Don't pay attention to the front dancers. Don't pay attention to the ones hyping them up. Let's just go right to left here. Big sign, Main Street Hotel. Great. Over top of it is, now correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like a woman doing a pose like this, you know, a seductive pose. Right? This is just amazing for me. So we have a multi-story hotel on Main Street we have a sign with a woman on it doing a seductive pose, and we're in the Wild West. This is a brothel. There's an actual brothel in a Kidz Bop video. No one can convince me otherwise. To further corroborate this brothel statement, now in this shot we can see the top of the brothel, and it actually says bathhouse. Okay, bathhouse. Here's how much I believe that statement, expressed in musical form. It didn't sound positive, did it? What other buildings have we got in the background here? We got a telegraph place, we got a barber, we've even got the barber sign going up. We've got, for some reason, a pink dress in the windows of the barber. The only question is Kidz Bop. And Pioneer Town Bank. We have the name of our town. But here's my concern. We've seen all these buildings, we got all these various types of things, and yet we have seen no living souls besides the Kidz Bop crew. Now, we know the Kidz Bop crew arrived here in their time-traveling Porsche TARDIS. They're clearly going all around town filming their music video. Here is my theory. The brutal time and space domineering galactic invaders that are the Kidz Bop crew traveled into the past, into the Wild West, to Pioneer Town, arrived here, likely had a lot of aggression pointed at them. You've got superstitious cowboys pointing guns at kids that just appeared with a magical car thing. Either the Kidz Bop crew killed everyone in Pioneer Town, or they've locked them up in a basement, like under the sheriff's office. In either case, the Kidz Bop crew are horrifying monsters with unimaginable powers. Traditionally, spotlights are used to highlight people on stage where our attention should be focused. Now, you notice that there are no spotlights on the Kidz Bop kids, but there's a massive one on the left barrel. The true star of the video. This has Katy Perry Left Shark vibes written all over it. These Kidz Bop kids are dancing and singing. They're doing it all. They've got it all going for them. And somehow they're being outshined by a barrel doing nothing. If Barrel Senpai doesn't win this competition, then you can bet I'm sending a sternly worded letter to Kidz Bop Crew HQ. Here's a subtle little detail. What's the floor made out of? Because it sure as heck isn't wood planks. It sure as heck isn't gravel. In fact, it almost looks like a shag rug. Now the question is, did the good citizens of Pioneer Town painstakingly install this shag rug themselves? Or did the Kidz Bop crew from the future bring a colossal barn-sized shag rug with them so that they could dance on it? Why would you cover up hardwood with a shag rug? That is such a design flaw. Ugh. Ugh. One more time. Ugh. Riding on a tractor, riding on a bladder. You might notice that when Kidz Bop does covers of stuff, you know, they switch the lyrics around sometimes if the lyrics are too inappropriate. But riding on my bladder I get you've got to change it. Although they didn't change the cheating on my baby line. Cheated on my baby. You can go and ask her. Whoever's making those decisions for the Kidz Bop crew, well, I'm sure you can guess my opinion on them. Dominating space and time, imprisoning the good people of Pioneer Town, and now they're cheating on relationships. The evidence is stacking up against these kids. But thank God they can sing and dance. This one isn't a historical inaccuracy per se, but it is a weird stylistic choice. You've got your big V of Kidz Bop kids, and you just shoved a cactus in front of all of them. So that's the whole thing. I have to say, there are honestly some good parts about it. The sound design and sound mixing, both on like Foley, the diegetic noises, and in the music track itself, that's all top notch, and I expect nothing less of the Kidz Bop behind the crew. Now, here's the thing. There were a lot of inaccuracies, but some of them you have to excuse if you're watching this as a film and going into the world of that film, and the world is that the Kidz Bop are time-traveling maniacs, then the Porsche makes total sense. You have to accept those things as part of the whole scene. For historical accuracy, I'm giving the Kidz Bop Kids cover of Old Town Road Video Road cover 3 carousel horses out of 35. Because I don't know how many horses are supposed to be in a carousel. Okay, bye. And remember, the Kidz Bop crew is the greatest musical act to ever exist. I respect their power, and I submit to their domineering will. I don't want to die. Please.
It's diaper time.
Moon, 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 moon. What's the moon? Beep, boop, wow, incredible.